Welcome to Grammar and Writing Academy, your destination for mastering English. In today's video, we will explore one of the most important concepts in grammar, clauses. We will focus on two types, adjective clauses and adverb clauses. First, let's remember what a clause is. A clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a verb. It can either be a complete sentence, independent clause, or just part of a sentence, dependent clause. For more information about both dependent and independent clauses, you can watch the previous video. The link for it is in the description down. Best of luck. Now let's talk about the adjective clause. What is an adjective clause? An adjective clause is a type of dependent clause that describes or modifies a noun or pronoun. It usually begins with a relative pronoun like who, whom, whose, which, or that. Here we have some examples of adjective clauses. 1. The book that you gave me is amazing. In this sentence, we have a relative pronoun which is that, and it is followed by a clause. The adjective clause is that you gave me. It modifies the noun book. Remember that the adjective clause can't stand alone. We consider it a subordinate clause. Example 2. The girl who is wearing a red dress is my sister. Do we have a relative pronoun? Yes, it is who, and it is followed by a clause. So the adjective clause is who is wearing a red dress, and it modifies the noun girl. The adjective clauses add more detail to the noun or pronoun they modify. One more example. 3. The dog which barked loudly kept me awake. In this sentence, we have the relative pronoun which, and it is followed by a clause. The adjective clause, which barked loudly, describes which dog we're talking about. 4. I met a woman whose brother lives in New York. Do we have a relative pronoun? Yes, it is whose, and it is followed by a clause. So, the adjective clause is whose brother lives in New York, and it modifies the noun woman. Hope it becomes easy and clear. Remember that the secret is in the relative pronoun. Once you find it, it will be much easier to figure out the adjective clause. Try to write your own sentences now. Good luck. Now let's talk about adverb clauses. So, what is an adverb clause? An adverb clause is a dependent clause that tells us more about the verb, adjective, or adverb in the sentence. It can explain how, when, where, why, or to what extent something happens. It usually begins with a subordinating conjunction like after, although, because before, if, since, unless, until, when, whenever, while. For example, 1. I will stay inside because it's too hot outside. In this sentence, we have a subordinating conjunction which is because. The adverb clause, because it's too hot outside, explains why I will stay inside. So, whenever you see a clause that answers one of these questions, you've probably found an adverb clause. Example 2. I will call you when I arrive. In this sentence, we have a subordinating conjunction which is when. The adverb clause is when I arrive explains when I will call you. Example 3. After she finished her homework, she went out for a walk. In this sentence, do we have a subordinating conjunction? Yes, we have a subordinating conjunction which is after. The adverb clause is after she finished her homework. Example 4. Although it was raining, they decided to go for a run. In this sentence, do we have a subordinating conjunction? Yes, we have a subordinating conjunction which is although. The adverb clause is although it was raining. So, after explaining both the adjective clauses and adverb clauses, let's have an exercise to check your understanding. Ready? Let's go. Exercise. For each of the following sentences, identify each adjective clause and adverb clause and label it ADJ for adjective clause or ADV for adverb clause. 1. The book that I borrowed yesterday is on the table. 2. She sings as if she were a professional. 3. The car which is parked in front of the house belongs to my uncle. 4. I went to the store because I needed some milk. 5. They arrived after the sun had set. Remember, an adjective clauses modify nouns and pronouns. It usually begins with a relative pronoun like who, whom, whose, which, or that, while adverb clauses modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. It usually begins with a subordinating conjunction like after, although, because, before, if, since, unless, until, when, whenever, while. Don't worry if it feels tricky at first. Take your time, and we'll walk through the answers together afterward. Ready to give it a try? Let's get started. Try to write them in the comments down. Best of luck. Now check your answers. 1. The book that I borrowed yesterday is on the table. We have a relative pronoun which is that. So, that I borrowed yesterday is an adjective clause. 2. She sings as if she were a professional. We have a subordinating conjunction which is as if. So, as if she were a professional is an adverb clause. 3. The car which is parked in front of the house belongs to my uncle. We have a relative pronoun which is which. So, which is parked in front of the house is an adjective clause. 4. I went to the store because I needed some milk. We have a subordinating conjunction which is because. So, because I needed some milk is an adverb clause. 5. They arrived after the sun had set. We have a subordinating conjunction which is after. So, after the sun had set is an adverb clause. Has it become clear? I hope so. Let's continue. 6. The man who lives next door is a doctor. 7. We won't leave till it stops raining. 8. The cake that she baked for the party was delicious. 9. He acted as though he didn't care. 10. He is the teacher whose class I enjoy the most. Now take your time and learn from your mistakes in case you had some in the previous exercise. Remember, a relative pronoun leads you to an adjective clause, while a subordinating conjunction leads you to an adverb clause. Ready to check the answers? Let's do it. 6. The man who lives next door is a doctor. We have a relative pronoun which is who. So, who lives next door is an adjective clause. 7. We won't leave till it stops raining. We have a subordinating conjunction which is till. So, till it stops raining is an adverb clause. 8. The cake that she baked for the party was delicious. We have a relative pronoun which is that. So, that she baked for the party is an adjective clause. 9. He acted as though he didn't care. We have a subordinating conjunction which is as though. So, as though he didn't care is an adverb clause. 10. He is the teacher whose class I enjoy the most. We have a relative pronoun which is whose. So, whose class I enjoyed the most is an adjective clause. Recap the key points. Adjective clauses describe nouns and pronouns. Adverb clauses describe verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Both types of clauses are dependent and cannot stand alone in a sentence. Now you know how to identify and use adjective clauses and adverb clauses in your writing. Try using them to add more detail and complexity to your sentences. Good luck to all of you as you apply what you've learned in this lesson. May it help you succeed in everything you do. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more grammar tips. Let me know if you have any questions or examples you'd like to discuss. See you soon. Goodbye.